What's up, everyone? My name is Matthew, and welcome to episode 10 of Millennial Motivation. This week's episode is perhaps the most important episode that I've posted this far, and today's episode is all about positive thinking. Now, it's been shown time and time again that those who think positively are also those who have better cardiovascular health, they're less depressed, less stressed, and just have an overall better sense of psychological well-being. We view the world through our minds. If we are negative people, all of a sudden the world around us is going to be negative. In the same way, if we're apathetic people, that is, we're not really aware of what's going on in our lives, or we just kind of go through each day without much sense of purpose, then the world around us is going to be dull and gray. But on the contrary, if we're positive thinking people, the world around us is all of a sudden beautiful, happy, and just full of opportunities. Now, I've talked to many optimists and pessimists alike, but one thing that I found is really interesting that keeps on coming up is that the pessimists often say that they're not pessimistic, but they're just being realistic. But I don't really buy this, and I don't think you should either. The fact of the matter is that our reality is the way we view the world. That is, if you choose to view the world through a positive lens, your world around you will be positive and you will be happier. So how can we work on changing our worldviews into a more positive one? Even if you're not a negative person, I think it's really important to practice this as well, because oftentimes we're just kind of going through life, floating around and not really being attent to the way we view the world. So even if you're not a negative person, this is really important for you as well, because you can become more positive and therefore live a better life. So the simple tactic I'm going to offer you guys to practice to become more positive and therefore live a more fulfilled life is simply the following. For every negative thought you have, just think of two positives out of it. Okay, so for example, say I completely bombed a test. All right, so that's a bad thing. You know, I'm sad, I'm gloomy, I'm maybe mad at myself, and that's the negative feeling. But if I become aware of that and actually think through it, I could come up with so many positives. The first one is, well, I can learn from my mistakes. I will not make the same mistakes again because now I learned my lesson. Or two, perhaps failing this test was the opportunity I needed to finally go to office hours or finally go meet the professor and build a relationship with him or her so that I can not only deeply learn, but gain a relationship as well. These are just two examples, but you could really think through a bunch. And I think it's really important that people start practicing this mentality. Life is filled with hills and troughs, but it's in our power to decide when we're in our lows to look at things in a better light, in a better way, so that we can improve as people, but also so that we can realize that our low points maybe aren't actually low points, but they're opportunities to grow and develop as people. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really hope you really think about what I said here. Our reality is the way we view the world. So if you work on being a more positive person and viewing the world in a more positive light, you will see how much better the world actually becomes around you. Anyway, I'm Matthew, and I'll see you guys in next week's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like or a comment. I'd love to get to know more of you guys through the comment section, and I'm always happy to talk if you ever want to send a direct message or anything. But until next week, I'll see you then.